Guess who's all packed? Hey guys, sorry I know it's been a while. I've been pretty busy, finals, moving back home. Speaking of which, we have a change of scenery. This is my room at home. It's not my dorm room, so that's fun. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about packing for my Disney College program. I'm all done now, but I wanted to share how I went about packing and let you guys know what worked for me in case anyone is still packing for a later arrival date or is planning on doing the program in the fall or something. So I figured I'd just share some tips. So my packing process actually started a couple months ago when I was avoiding studying for finals. I made a packing list by looking online at a couple different blogs and on the Disney College program website and taking all of those packing lists that I found and putting them together in one long all-inclusive list that I used. I will post it on my Tumblr and link below in case any of you want to use my packing list. It was pretty helpful. From that list, I went through all the things and labeled what I wanted to pack or ship and what I wanted to buy in Orlando, so that way when I was done packing, I also had my shopping list ready. So this 4-page list had literally everything I was going to need for all my 5 months in my new apartment. My next stage of packing started when I moved out of my dorm and back home for winter break. When I was unpacking all my school stuff, I divided them into 2 piles. 1, the group of things that I wanted to take to Disney, and 2, anything that I wanted to put away for the spring until I got home and brought back to school with me. So that was things like my bedding from school, my iron, towels, washcloths, dish rags, a bunch of things that I used at school, dishes. I wanted to ship or pack to Disney so I didn't have to rebuy it. So that was an easy way to start packing. When I finished dividing them up, I put everything I wasn't bringing to Disney away, and then that was my first initial pile in my room that I had for most of winter break, were some things from school that I knew I wanted to take to Disney. After unpacking from school, I waited as long as possible to do the real packing, and that's because I'm a very organized person. I like having things where they're supposed to be and putting them all in one place, so I didn't want to have everything that I might need on a day-to-day basis while I was home to be packed up in suitcases. So I waited as long as possible to put everything away in the suitcase that hopefully I wouldn't have to go digging through my suitcase for anything. So I leave tomorrow, which is Monday, for my Tuesday, January 8th check-in, and I started packing most of the afternoon on Thursday. I got the majority of this last process done. I'm from Pennsylvania, so we were trying to decide between flying and driving. We eventually decided to fly because my dad couldn't take off enough time from work to drive all the way down. So we are flying, but we're taking Southwest, which I highly recommend for anyone who needs to move somewhere for an extended period of time, because Southwest gives you 2 free checked bags, and since my dad is coming with me, he offered me his suitcases since he can live out of a carry-on, which means for me, I get 4 suitcases, my own duffel bag as a carry-on, and my personal item. So that's a lot of space. So I was able to pack majority of my things. So I started by going throughout my entire room, including that pile of things that I had from school, and separating everything that I wanted to bring into 3 categories. 1, things that I needed in my first couple of days at my hotel before I checked in. 2 was everything I knew I needed in my apartment right away, like that first week I knew I was going to need them. And 3 were things I know that I could live a couple days without if I needed to ship them. So after I had my 3 piles, including that first pile for the first couple days at checked-in, I picked out what I was going to wear for my flight down and also what I was going to wear for check-in and added those to that pile. Then I went through the rest of my clothes and I started with things like undergarments and socks that I knew I was just going to take it all. And then I brought 2 pairs of jeans because I know I'll probably only wear them at the beginning, and you can get a couple days at a pair of jeans, and I usually don't wear more than my favorite 3 pairs anyway, so I'm just going to bring 2. And then for everything else, I went through each thing and asked myself 2 questions. 1, will I wear this around the apartment? And 2, will I wear this to a park? If I said yes to either of them, then I allowed myself to pack it as long as I had room. Then I went back to all the things that I'd left in my closet and picked out like 4 formal outfits that I wouldn't wear at the apartment or to a park. One of them is my dress that I will be wearing to Traditions and on Dapper Day. Also shoes. I really like shoes. I have a lot of pairs of heels, and I narrowed myself to 1 pair. It's very hard, but I made myself be practical since I'm flying and not driving and I don't have room for all these things. So I packed 1 pair that is a nude color so it can literally go with any other outfit I have. And aside from that, I just packed a lot of flats because I like wearing flats to the parks, and gladiator sandals. I don't wear a lot of flip-flops to the parks, but I packed a couple pairs just in case, and sneakers, and then I will be buying my work shoes in Orlando once I know what I need specifically for my work area. So there was one group of things that I wasn't able to pack that I ended up shipping, and that was my bedding. I already had bedding from school, so I wanted to ship it instead of buying money for new bedding when I had some that would just be sitting at home. So I decided to ship it instead of buying new bedding. So I had to ship like a comforter and sheets and pillows and a blanket, and I think I'm gonna buy a new egg crate when I get down there because I didn't ship that. This is a really great tip for anyone who wants to ship anything, anyone who's flying like me. I, as well as a majority of the Disney College Program students, stay at the Buena Vista Holiday Inn, which is right across the street from Vista Way. I know that's where a lot of people stay the night before check-in. I know all my roommates are staying there too. And that Holiday Inn will actually accept packages on behalf of their guests starting the night before your stay and extending through your stay. So like if you ship something to yourself to the Holiday Inn, they will accept it for you and you can go pick it up there. So that's what I did. I shipped all of my bedding on Thursday, and it was expected to arrive on Tuesday. This is through UPS. You can go to a UPS store. I used space bags, which are amazing, to shrink all of my bedding so that they fit in a smaller box, and then UPS sent it off, and we have insurance on it, so it should arrive to the hotel on Tuesday so that come check-in, I have absolutely everything I need. Nothing's going to arrive late. I was able to fit everything in those suitcases besides the bedding, so like my movies are being shipped down, my iron is being shipped down, my weights for when I work out, hopefully, are being shipped down, my dishes, clothes hangers. I was able to fit so much into those suitcases, so Southwest was really helpful, and the fact that I'm only shipping bedding and that it'll be there on the day I move in is really convenient. So now I think I'm all ready. I leave tomorrow. There's just a few other things I'll have to add to my one hotel bag tomorrow morning after I finish getting ready, like my hairdryer and I guess some makeup and stuff. I have my carry-on backpack. My flight leaves at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow, which means my dad and I are leaving here at 4:30, which means I'm getting up at 3:45 tomorrow, and that's kind of the time I've been going to bed during break. I definitely want to take some footage of my trip down there with my dad and arrival, and then definitely check-in day and the first 24 hours with the roommates, which I'm so excited to meet you guys in person. So the next time you see me, I'll either be on my way to, or I will be in Florida, which is really exciting. Alright. Wish me luck. This time tomorrow I will be in Orlando. Yay! Alright, bye!